Hi, this is Sweet June coming back at you with another video. I don't know if you guys have caught the view today. Whoopi Goldberg came back yesterday to the view. And the 2 weeks went by so fast. Oh, for some reason, I was thinking she had another week, but yes, I was keeping track of sis, and kinda, and she came back yesterday, and today I don't know if anybody else noticed, but because she's like, well, we still gonna be talking about some topic, we still gonna be getting into those conversations. Is what she said. And today, they I think I missed because I was sleeping. I think I missed the first half hour, but I woke up in time for this part. They were talking about, excuse me, they had a lawyer on there, and they were talking about this lady, this black lady in Tennessee or somewhere, somewhere down south that got convicted of voter fraud or something like that because um, apparently when you have a felony, and I think that's in all 50 states when you have a felony. I'm not saying that right. A felony, um, you can't vote. That's one of the things that you can't do when you have a felony, and I guess, they said she had a couple people to sign off on it, so she thought that, she wasn't trying to, run no game or nothing. She thought that, she could do it because she had a couple people sign off on it or whatever on the voter registration. So she thought that she could go ahead and vote, and they found it out she voted and had a felony, and they put her in prison for 6 years. She got 6 years. A black woman got 6 years in prison for voting with a felony. Wow, that's that's a lot of time just for you know, geez. But that's crazy. And the lawyer was talking about it. Was saying that it just shows that our justice system is how she was talking about the racism and everything in the justice system. This lawyer. And Whoopi's just kind of sitting there. Whoopi didn't say anything. She's just kind of sitting there. And I'm like, I kept looking over at Whoopi. I said, well, just kept looking over at her. I said, I'm waiting on her to say something. I'm waiting on her to say something because typically, um, when a passionate, especially a topic like that, Whoopi is typically pretty passionate about racism and things like that. And even classism or topics pertaining to classism and racism, she's pretty passionate about that. She was kind of like our voice, on The View. And I kept waiting on her, kept looking over there, kept waiting on her and she was just kind of sitting there with this look on her face. And I'm like, I said, that's weird. I said, Lord have mercy. I said, they trying to silence Whoopi. I said, they trying to silence my girl. I said, I was afraid that this was gonna happen. I said that's I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you caught the show. They may have it on. They typically put it on YouTube, but I just thought that Whoopi is not. She's different. She's different. She's not the same. She's different, and I was afraid of that. I was afraid that when she did come back, she was gonna be different because a lot of people was spewing off in the blogs about her being racist, and of course they've always said that. But of course, after the situation with her statement she made, um, of course it was worse. It's like it was 10 times worse, and people were steady saying she was a racist and stuff. And as I said in my other video, if you didn't catch that, I did a video talking about black people can't have conversations with white people about racism. I probably put the link in the comment section, um, or in the description box. Um, I was basically talking about when you try to educate white people on racism, um, you know, a white fragility thing goes on, and you can't, you know, people people are not sitting. Black people and white people are not willing to sit down at, as a collective, as a whole, not willing to sit down and have these conversations. And that's part of the reason why racism keeps going on in this country. I made that point. And so every time a black person tries to talk about racism and tries to educate, I was talking about how Whoopi tries to educate on racism, and when I gave an instance of me trying to educate, um, we don't we're not trying to throw accusations at anybody or whatever. We're just trying to educate. We're just trying to educate you on our experience in this country as black people, and a lot of times people don't want to hear it, and that's all Whoopi has ever done on The View, is try to educate people on, racism. I mean, she's kind of like our voice on that show, and she's always been very vocal about things, and always, kept it 100, always very vocal about, and political issues too, but main, political issues, classism, racism. She's always been very passionate about those topics. And now it's like when that lady was talking about that, she's just kind of sitting there, and I'm saying, "But man," I said, Whoopi is not herself. It's like she would typically be very, very vocal about this. She would typically be very vocal about this. I said, and I was afraid that was going to happen when she came back. I was afraid that they was going to shut her down like this. So it's going to be okay for other people to talk about things on that show, but she's going to be limited as to what she can talk about after this situation. Now they're going to try to silence her, and try to I don't want to use the word limit, um try to censor. That's the word I want to use. They're going to try to censor. They're basically censoring Whoopi now. They're censoring her. They're going to try to censor what she says, but basically going to let everybody else say what they want to say, but she going to have to be censored now after that situation. You feel me? So I was afraid that this was going to happen. And I was talking to my son about it earlier, and I told him, I said, well, Whoopi needs to get her own stuff. She needs to just quit. He said, yeah, but it ain't that easy, because everybody's saying that she should have quit, but she's probably under contract. Those contracts are legally binding. So Whoopi does need her own platform. She needs her own platform. I wish that her and Oprah can get together and sit down and talk and everything, and maybe Oprah can let her have a show on her channel. But this is ridiculous. I was afraid that this was going to happen. Let me know in the comments section. Sound off in the comments section if you picked that up today. If you watched The View, if you kind of picked that up today, and do you think that Whoopi is different now that she's back? I think they're censoring her. It goes back to what I was saying in that video, the one that I did. There are a couple of videos talking about. I'm gonna put both the links to both of them in the comment section. When you're African American on the job, you got to walk a straight line, and you can't say certain things, you can't do certain things. Yes, yes, and I knew that after this situation, that people already was, upset about her before this because of certain different things, because she's trying to educate. But after this situation, I knew they were going to do this. I knew that they were going to. Now they're censoring her. And this is exactly what they do with black people here on YouTube. When black people come on YouTube and just try to speak the truth and everything, yes, they do that here on YouTube too. Especially the woke black community on YouTube. The woke black community on YouTube that basically we're trying to educate our own people, and empower our own people. They shut you down. Facebook does it too. Facebook does it too. Voice Watkins has gotten shut down from Facebook a few times. They do it on Facebook too. What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. He's changed his name a couple times. He's got shut down from Facebook. So Facebook does it too. Facebook does it. YouTube does it. The only thing that YouTube allows black people to do is bash each other. You don't seem to have a problem with black people bashing each other, black men and black women going forth at each other, bashing each other and wishing death upon each other and all this kind of stuff, all this hate speech that black people have towards each other. They don't have a problem with letting that go. They have no problem with, but when it comes to woke black people, coming on here trying to educate our own people, about the system and how it's set up, and then we just basically trying to educate our own people. And you got some ones on here that's pretty passionate, like Elder Rashawn. He's pretty passionate on here. They try to censor him. They try to censor him. They shut him down before he's had to start new channels. You know, yes, yes, they do that. They do that. They try to censor the woke black people on here, but the hatred that black people spew towards each other, well, that they're okay with that. They're fine with that. See, you see what I'm saying? So they pick and choose. They pick and choose what we what we're allowed to say. As long as we're speaking against each other and all this kind of stuff, speaking against each other, we're okay. But don't let us be trying to educate our people or trying to educate about racism and stuff like that. hmm I knew that was going to happen. I knew it. Whoopi was like our voice on that show. She was our voice. She was our voice. She said a lot of things on that show that I was thinking. I said, well, they all let me on the show. She said a lot of stuff on that show that I was thinking. So I felt like she was our voice, uh, on our behalf to educate, and everything. And they shut her down. They didn't shut my girl down. And so now they're going to be censoring. She's going to be censored. And it's just not going to be the same. She's talking about, we going to still have them conversations. Yeah, about everything else except for what race and stuff like that. And even they might even censor her on politics now. Who's to say? The show is called The View. Everybody's going to be able to have a view except Whoopi. Everybody's going to be able to have a view except Whoopi. That's a problem. So I think Whoopi's goal should be to have her own. I think her future goal should be to have. I know it's not. I know you got, when you're talking about these contracts and stuff, I know that they're legally binding, and I know you just can't just jump up and leave. But as I told my son, if it was me, I quit, and I'd be very strategic about it. But Justin says it's not that easy, Mom, and and my oldest son, he says it's not that easy. So, and he's right, because they have those contracts and stuff. Those things are legally binding. So, just a regular job out here, you ain't under no contract. Um, please, you don't pay me enough money to be under no contract. So, but something like that, a TV show, they have contracts and things. So she's probably still under contract, but when that contract run out, Whoopi need to be out. Whoopi need to be out. Whoopi don't need to be renewing that contract. Once that contract is out, go ahead and play the game. Go ahead and play the game until just do what you got to do. But don't kiss don't kiss nobody behind. But just kind of play the game, and because that's what we've always had to do, that and do what you got to do, and then until that contract is up, I would be out if it was me. So let me know in the comment section if you kind of picked up on that. You kind of get a feeling that Whoopi is different. She's not the same. I picked up on that today, and I said I was just afraid that was going to happen. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. Do you think that Whoopi should, when her contract is up, do you think that she should move on? She's got enough money, she can retire, and Whoopi can do other things, So they need her more than she need them, So just let me know. She's got an eargot. a Emmy, Oscar, Grammy, and a Tony. That's what an ERGOT is. She's got an ERGOT. Hello. She got all four of them. Hello. So they need her more than she need them. So just let me know. Hit me up in the comment section. You know what you guys think about that. It's a shame. It's a shame. Mm-mm-mm. Boy, it's a shame. It's a shame. But it is what it is. Okay, until the next video. Peace and love.